winners from the losers. That action. How bad do you really want it? You know, is Papa Lo's really a restaurant you love? Huh?
I say, how bad do you want it? That is my favorite saying.
See, there you go.
I love it.
How bad do you want it? I mean, and that's the thing we have to ask ourselves and then ask other people, because you can tell how bad a person wants it by what they're willing to do. What discipline are they willing to put in? What steps are they willing to take? So I really like what you do, because you truly have passion about what you're trying to do to get people in the homes. When I got in Originated, man, when I first got into it, and like I said, it was really broke my heart, because I saw the people in the credit, and then the company I was with had no love. They had no love for the people. They were like, okay, the credit ain't there. What you want us to do? You know, and they throw them in a credit cleaning program, but that was it. So it wasn't like, okay, let me educate the bar. And that's what sets me apart as a loan originator. I want you to know what you're getting into. I'm not so commission driven to where, well, man, if I get this $170,000 house, I can get this quarter, I can get this percentage, all that. You know what? Qualify yourself on your net. That's what I tell my clients. Qualify yourself on your net. You know your business better than anybody. Forget what that paper say. If that paper say you approved for $175,000, go find you one for $125. Go find you one for $130. Just be able to help yourself out, because we get this emotional attachment with these houses, but then now we in them, but they got us. You know, we don't have the house has us. And so that's the dynamic that I want to switch up. You know, especially amongst my people. You know, we have to be able to not be so excited about this big old house and realize financially, what is it doing to us? Is it really helping us? You know, is it hurting us?
That's correct. That is correct.
Yeah, that's
right. Well, I would tell you like this here, and like you said, you know, we have to be able to shift the way we think. Yes. Because at the end of the day, if we really think and sit back and just think about the things that we do each and every day, we put our thoughts into it. And sometimes the way we think is based on what someone has told us, based on what we have seen back in our later days. You know, we saw our parents shopping, we saw our parents eating out, we saw our parents spending money. So we grew up with that mentality thinking that that's what we're supposed to do. And because that's what we're doing today, we're now teaching our kids to do the same thing. I tell people all the time, oh, I don't have anything to teach my kids. So you don't have to teach your kids. They're watching you. You don't have to say a word to your kids. Their kids are very visual. Kids watch what we do, because guess what? We're their role models. And because you're not physically saying anything, your actions are speaking. Just like you just said a minute ago, you know, how bad do you want it? Yeah. A lot of times people can come and give you all kinds of excuses. But at the end of the day, look at what you're doing. I can look at your actions, and your actions will tell me what's most important to you. If you want to go out shopping, eating, traveling, and hanging out with your friends, going to these expensive concerts, but you don't want to invest any money in yourself to help you get to where you need to be, then guess what? That's where you will be. Because one of the things that is so incredibly sad, and I'm going to say this, and I'm trying not to get emotional, because this just really gets way under my skin. You have a person who is struggling, literally struggling, paycheck to paycheck, and they come to you and they say, I need your help. You tell them what the cost of your service is, and you see them on Facebook at a $300-$400 concert, but you didn't have any money.
But they can't get this.
You went and found the money for a concert, but you wouldn't go find the money to help you get your life together. When I tell you that was just so, it just threw me into a whole nother space. I couldn't even believe it. I said, wow, my people truly suffer because of lack of knowledge. The Bible is so true.
Yeah, we do.
We will continue to struggle because I don't get it. I just don't get it. We want to look good for other people when at the end of the day, those other people don't matter.
They don't care either.
About what's going on in your house, and they don't care. They don't care. We don't get it. But I understand. There are some people that do get it. There are some people that want it. And I had to really have a conversation with myself and just say, you know what? You got to focus on those that do want it.
Yes.
You cannot let those that don't to discourage you and make you want to just give up. Because there are times, yes, I wanted to give up. I really did.
Yeah.
But I had to realize that, you know what? Everybody don't want it. And for those that do, let's go get it. Period.
Say that again. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. If you want it, let's go get it because it's out there.
It is. Everybody say, oh, I can't get it. I don't have this. I don't have that. It don't matter. I'm a little girl from a little small town in Florida called Fort Pierce, where there is nothing there. And I have came and I made my own way. And I made my own way because I worked for it.
Yeah.
And I just want to help other people to get it. So don't say that, nobody's giving you anything, because nobody gave you nothing.
No.
Anything that you get with, I worked for it. And I just had to trust the process and most of all trust God. Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have it. Because nobody would give me anything. Nobody want to work with me. Everybody feels inferior to me. But I want to make sure I help my people because my people are struggling.
Say that. Oh, man. That is so true, man. But you know what I found out in this industry is being in the corporate side of it for so long and now getting into the originating side of it a few years ago is that nobody really cares about the people with the credit issues. It's like, they look at them like, oh, look, they got this car, they got this, and they got this bad credit, and they judge them based upon their credit. But all bad credit isn't created equal. Could have been a divorce. It could have been a death. Could have been a job layoff. It could have been a bunch of things. But if you don't look at that individual as an individual, and just a credit score, then they get kicked by the wayside. They don't get the phone call back. Man, back in the day, I applied for stuff, man. My credit used to be so doggone bad where they look, bro, we're going to charge you $700 for running this right here. This is worth our time, But it's like I would have to call them back. Hey, what's the status of my account? Hey, what's the status of the loan? Oh, you didn't qualify. We'll send you a letter. But now that was it. Okay, well, how can I qualify? Is there any things that I need to do? No, all they send you was a letter. Due to some stuff on your credit report, the answer is no. And that's it. Mm-hmm. And that's all you
get. The part that is that's the part that is so sad. If you don't qualify, what do I need to do so that I can? And that is the part that left so many people with a sour taste in their mouth because no one is going to help me and tell me what I need to do to get what I need. Yes. And that's where the Financial Freedom Masterclass comes into play. I tell people all the time, I don't care if you have a 300 credit score. I can help you.
Yes.
You just need to be focused. It will take some work. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy.
It took work to ruin it.
We can get you there.
It took work to get that 300 score. You think a 300 score is easy to get? It took a lot of work, ducking, dodging a lot of phone calls, not paying a lot of people. It took some good work to get there. So it's going to definitely take you some work to build it up. But it's almost like climbing stairs, right? Easier going down the stairs than going up. So now when you want to repair this credit, you want to make sure you go up the stairs, and it's going to take a little bit longer than it took going down. It's going to take a little bit more effort. It's going to take a little bit more discipline. It's going to take, like I said, you looking at yourself in the mirror and say, I have to fix me. I have to just say no and leave some of this stuff alone because I want to be in a better situation. And I think it just, like you said, you just have to just have a made up mind to do it because it does take work. It does take telling yourself no, sacrificing some of these things, denying the flesh of some of the things that the flesh wants. You have to be able to have that discipline enough to do that because as we say again, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? I mean, do you want the house or do you just want the idea of the house? Do you want better credit or do you just want the idea of better credit? And maybe just like having a conversation about I need to fix my credit one day and maybe that's good enough. I don't know. I'm not dissing anybody. I'm not putting anyone down. We're just being real on the show. We just really want people to get beyond the situation and then also get out your own way. Sometimes we are our own worst enemy. Sometimes we're our own worst enemy. And then also we're surrounded by people that doesn't appreciate credit, that doesn't appreciate savings, that doesn't appreciate home ownership. So we got those people in our ear, telling us what you can't do. So you are already defeated. And then you got other people telling you, nah, you right. It ain't going to never happen. It ain't going to never happen. So again, if that mind isn't there, nothing else will work. You won't even think of getting beyond your situation. 2017 is almost gone. It's about to be 2018. How many New Year's resolutions are going to be said? Oh, I'm going to do better this year. I'm going to get my credit right this year. I'm going to save some money this year. I'm going to have a better relationship with people this year. But then do you actually do it? Do you actually do it? Because now here comes the work. Here comes the work. Okay, the honeymoon is over. Now she's mad and upset. I ain't never seen you mad, but you got to deal with it, right? So it's just life. Deal with this thing, man. And especially with our people, man. I love our people. And with this mortgage industry redlining, they had all kind of rules in place, all kind of regulations, and the numbers as far as African American home ownership are still down because of that. because of the rules and regulations that was put in place. That's one of the biggest wealth building tools, and we got the most important tool in the tool belt. We're missing. We're missing it.
Mm-hmm.
We're missing it.
You know what? You said something a minute ago.
Yes, ma'am.
About the listening to other people. And that's one of the biggest misconceptions I have seen to date in this industry and with working with our people. It's amazing that we listen to people who are in the same situation as we are, and they tell us not to listen to the people who are where they want to be. And I never quite understood that.
I never will.
Oh, that person, they not doing what's right, or they charging too much. Why would you listen to somebody who has your problem instead of focusing your attention on somebody who has your solution? Everybody is not happy for you. Okay? Everybody doesn't want you to leave them.
No.
It's not even about you. They want you to be with them in that same low place.
Yes.
You got to make up in your mind that come hell or high water, you know what? You are going to change your life. And if you got to go by yourself, get the stepping. Because it is time out. It is time out for living and talking and communing with people who don't want nothing. This is why it's so hard for us to go to the next level, because we still so attached to these so-called friends that we grew up with, that, you know, they've been there for me, you know, and talk to me. No, they just been there to keep you where you are. You got to surround yourself with people that want to push you to go to the next level. Because when you go to that next level and they love and appreciate you, they should hope that you're going to come back and grab them and help them to get there. But they got to be willing to push you, and you got to be big enough and well enough to go. And that's one thing that I see a lot, but not it's not happening.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to be able to help people to realize. You got to be willing to go by yourself.
Yeah. Regardless. Unhealthy attachments to unhealthy stuff. You're right. Be willing to love yourself. But I think, too, though, a lot of times people don't invest in themselves because they don't value themselves enough. They don't feel like they're worth the investment. We'll invest in everything else, in everybody else's company, and spending money with everybody else. But when do you take time to really invest in yourself? Because most of the time, people, when they take time to invest in themselves, they go out and spend money. Well, I'm out enjoying myself. I'm out doing this. That's not investing in yourself. That's putting yourself in a bigger hole. So what do you do to invest in yourself to make yourself? Because I think self-love, man, just self-acceptance has to be just really preached a whole lot with the community, because a lot of times you're hearing what you can't do. You're hearing what you are not. And so again, you just said, with those people that want to keep you on that same level, who would I have to complain with if you move to another level? Who would I have to sit around and talk about the problems of the world with? And that's what I found out, is that I think a lot of people are comfortably uncomfortable.
And that is very true. I tell people, you got to get uncomfortable in order to be really comfortable. And what I mean by that is this. A person will find it very easy. Let me just use a lady as for an example. A lady will find it very easy to go to DSW or Marshalls and buy some shoes, 2 or 3 pair of shoes like that. But she may find it a little bit uncomfortable, okay, for her to go and say, I'm going to invest $100 a month in this program to help me get my life together. It's until life happens that people truly get a revelation. And what I mean by that revelation is this. For example, we just had Hurricane Harvey come through.
Yes, ma'am.
And it really woke a lot of people up.
Yeah, it did.
Because the ones who didn't have insurance, the ones who didn't have savings, the ones who got flooded out, and they didn't have anything to pull from, and they didn't have anybody to give to them, so FEMA denied them. That was a wake-up call.
Yes, it should be.
And until they have wake-up calls like that, they're not going to get it. I promise you, they are not going to get it, because they think life is easy. They think, nothing's going to ever happen. Their job is always going to be secure. But until life happens, they are not going to get it. And I tell you, that is very sad. And it is even more sad because people who have children, and you are subjecting your children to now fall into the foolishness that you are creating, okay? Or should I say created,